Have you ever found yourself stuck in a situation that feels impossible to change? Whether it's your job, finances, or even your own habits, it's easy to feel overwhelmed when life throws you a curveball. But what if I told you that the key to thriving in any situation isn't about waiting for things to get easier? It's about learning how to adapt and embrace change. The world around us is constantly shifting. Whether it's a career change, a move to a new city, or the overwhelming pressure of social media and constant connectivity, life is in a constant state of flux. But here's a reality. Change is the only constant, and the way you handle it will determine whether you thrive or fall behind. Here's a harsh truth for you. Change isn't optional. You can either choose to adapt, or you'll be left behind. No matter how comfortable you feel in your current situation, the world around you is moving forward, and you have to move with it. But what if you didn't fear change? What if you embraced it and used it as the fuel to drive you forward in life? Today, we're going to dive into how you can adapt to change and actually thrive in any situation. Whether you're starting a new career, adjusting to a personal challenge, or just looking to take control of your life, this video is going to help you build the mindset you need to not only survive change, but excel in it. Now, let's talk about what holds most people back when it comes to change. Fear of the unknown. Fear of failure, and the most dangerous fear of all, fear of looking back and realizing you didn't make the most of the opportunities that came your way. But the truth is, your ability to adapt is what will set you apart from everyone else. The key to overcoming fear isn't to pretend it doesn't exist, it's to accept it, acknowledge it, and then take action anyway. We're going to explore exactly how you can do this, starting with understanding why change can feel so difficult and how to shift your mindset to embrace it as an opportunity, not a threat. In the next part of this video, we'll dive into how to build the right mindset for change and how to stop letting fear control your decisions. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the tools to adapt to any situation and thrive no matter what life throws at you. Now that we've addressed the reality that change is inevitable, let's dive into the first step to thriving in any situation: building the right mindset. You see, your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. If you're constantly viewing change as something to fear, that's exactly what it will become. But if you see it as an opportunity for growth, you'll find that you have the power to shape your future, no matter how uncertain things may seem. The first shift you need to make is from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A fixed mindset tells you that your abilities and situation are set in stone. There's nothing you can do to change them. But a growth mindset, it tells you that with effort, learning, and adaptation, you can improve in any area of your life. So how do you develop a growth mindset? It starts with self-awareness. You need to recognize when your thoughts are holding you back. When you find yourself thinking, I can't do this, or I'm not cut out for this, challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this true? And then shift the narrative. I can learn this, or I can figure this out. This small shift is the key to breaking free from self-doubt and taking control of your future. Next, it's about reframing challenge. When faced with a difficult situation, instead of saying, this is too hard, I can't do it, say, this is a challenge I can overcome, and I'm going to learn from it. This simple shift in perspective will completely change how you approach every obstacle. It'll transform failure from something to be feared into an opportunity for growth. One of the most powerful tools you have is the ability to view every setback as a lesson. If you take a look at the most successful people, they don't see failure as something that defines them. They see it as feedback. If they fail, they analyze what went wrong and adjust their approach. This is the mindset that will help you not just survive, but thrive through change. Remember, it's not about avoiding challenges. It's about learning to embrace them. When you develop the mindset that every challenge is an opportunity, you'll start to view change not as something to fear, but as something to embrace. In the next section, we're going to explore how to take action with this new mindset. Because mindset alone isn't enough. You need to learn how to put these ideas into practice and create real change in your life. Now that you've shifted your mindset, it's time to move beyond thought and into action. Because here's the truth. No matter how strong your mindset is, if you don't take consistent action, nothing will change. Change only happens when you take intentional steps toward it. This is where most people fail. They have the right mindset, but hesitate to take the first step. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or for the fear of failure to dissipate. But waiting only keeps you stuck in the same place. Action starts with setting clear, achievable goals. When change feels overwhelming, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you need to change everything at once. But that's not the way to succeed. You need to break your goals down into smaller, manageable steps. Start with with one thing you can do today. If you're looking to change your career, don't focus on the entire process of switching jobs. Focus on updating your resume or applying to one opportunity. This small action will create momentum. Momentum is key. Often the hardest part of change is getting started. Once you've taken that first step, however, you begin to build a chain of small wins that propel you forward. Each step you take strengthens your belief that you can achieve your goal, and that belief becomes the fuel that drives your success. The more you act, the more confident you'll become, and the more confident you become, the more action you'll take. This cycle of momentum will make the process of change feel effortless over time. Don't wait for the perfect moment to act. There will never be a perfect time. Start where you are, with what you have, and do what you can. The truth is, taking action is never as hard as we make it out to be in our minds. The longer we wait, the more fear and doubt can creep in. But once you begin, the momentum carries you forward. So how do you stay on track when things get tough? The key is consistency. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be consistent. Every day, take one step closer to your goal, no matter how small. The smallest daily action compounds over time, leading to massive results. This is where true growth happens, through small, consistent steps that add up to big changes. Now, let's talk about obstacles, because they will come. It's important to understand that challenges are a part of the journey. When you face obstacles, don't view them as roadblocks. Instead, see them as opportunities to test your resolve and adjust your approach. It's through overcoming challenges that you grow. So when things don't go as planned, don't quit. Reframe the setback, learn from it, and continue moving forward. Now that we've talked about the importance of action, let's dive into the hardest part of any transformation: overcoming resistance. When you first start implementing change in your life, you're going to face resistance. This is completely normal. Resistance can come in many forms: fear, self-doubt, negative self-talk, or even the pressure of other people around you. It's easy to believe that resistance is a sign that something isn't meant to be, but in reality, it's simply a part of the process. Resistance is often the universe's way of testing how badly you want what you're working toward. What you need to understand is this: resistance is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of growth. If you don't face resistance, you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. True growth happens when you face challenges head-on and refuse to back down. When you encounter resistance, it means you're on the right track. You're being stretched, and that's where all the magic happens. The trick is to push through that resistance. And how do you do that? By understanding that discomfort is temporary. It feels hard now, but it will get easier. Think about the first time you did something difficult, maybe learning to ride a bike or starting a new job. At first, it was tough, right? But over time, the struggle became easier. The same principle applies to any goal. The more you face resistance, the more you learn to navigate it, and the stronger you become. Another key to overcoming resistance is reframing your mindset around obstacles. Instead of seeing challenges as problems, see them as opportunities to grow and improve. Every obstacle you face is a chance to learn something new, adjust your strategy, and come out stronger. That's why it's important not to quit when things get tough, because the lessons you learn during the hard times will set you up for success in the long run. One important tip to overcome resistance is to break down your goals into smaller, more manageable steps. When you look at your goal as a whole, it can feel overwhelming, but when you break it down into small tasks, it becomes less daunting. Start with the smallest task, and as you complete them, you'll begin to build momentum. Each small win will make you feel more confident and ready to tackle the next step. Remember, resistance doesn't mean you're on the wrong path, it means you're growing. And growth requires discomfort. So when resistance shows up, welcome it, embrace the challenge, learn from it, and keep moving forward. And as you continue pushing through resistance, don't forget the power of consistency. Consistency is what will help you build momentum and turn small actions into big results. You might not see immediate results, and that's okay. Success takes time. But with every consistent action, you'll be moving closer to your goal. Now, let's talk about another obstacle you're likely to face: the fear of failure. Fear is one of the most powerful forms of resistance, and it can hold you back from taking the steps you need to achieve your goals. But here's the truth: fear is a natural part of growth. Every successful person has faced fear at some point. The key is not letting fear stop you. Fear is not a signal to retreat, it's a signal to push forward. The moment you realize that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of it, you'll begin to see fear in a different light. Fear becomes less of an enemy and more of a teacher. So instead of running from fear, learn to lean into it. Let fear fuel your actions, not paralyze them. The more you face your fears and move forward despite them, the more confident and capable you'll become. This is how you build unshakable resilience. When you get used to pushing through fear and resistance, it no longer has the power to stop you. You become unstoppable. In the final part of this video, we'll dive into the final piece of the puzzle, mastering consistency and maintaining momentum in the long term. Keep watching, because we're going to unlock the secret to staying focused and achieving your long-term goals. Before we go into the next part, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know, what's the biggest obstacle you're facing right now and how do you plan to overcome it? Welcome to the final part of our journey, mastering consistency. By now, you've learned about the importance of taking action, overcoming resistance, and reframing failure. But the most powerful tool you need to turn your dreams into reality is consistency. Consistency is the secret ingredient that separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short. It's what keeps you going even when motivation fades and obstacles arise. Here's the thing, success doesn't happen overnight. It's a long, often difficult journey, but the one thing that will keep you on track, no matter what happens, is your consistency. The key to success is showing up every single day, putting in the work and taking one step at a time, even when it feels like progress is slow. Let's talk about why consistency is so important. When you take consistent action, you're building momentum. Imagine trying to push a boulder up a hill. At first, it's hard and it feels like you're not making much progress. But if you keep pushing, eventually the boulder starts to move and it picks up speed. That's how consistency works. The more you show up, the more progress you make and the easier it becomes. But here's the challenge. Consistency requires discipline, and discipline requires a mindset shift. You need to commit to showing up every day, regardless of how you feel. Some days you might not feel motivated. Some days things will get tough, but it's on those days that consistency matters the most. When you push through, even when it's hard, you build the resilience you need to succeed. One way to master consistency is to make your habits automatic. If you rely on motivation to do the work every day, you'll never reach your goals. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. But when you create habits that are ingrained into your daily routine, you don't need motivation. You just do it. This is how you make consistency a part of who you are. Start by breaking down your big goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Instead of focusing on the end result, focus on the small, daily actions you need to take. Whether it's reading 10 pages a day, working out for 20 minutes, or writing 500 words, do it consistently. The key is to make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Over time, those small actions will compound, and you'll see massive results. Another powerful way to stay consistent is to track your progress. Keep a journal or use an app to track your daily actions. Celebrate each small win along the way, no matter how minor it seems. This helps keep you motivated and reinforces the idea that consistency is paying off. But let's be real, there will be days when you don't feel like showing up. The temptation to give in to distractions or skip a day will be strong. But here's where discipline comes in. Discipline is what gets you to show up on those days when you don't feel like it. It's about making the decision to keep going, no matter what. Musashi understood this better than anyone. He didn't rely on inspiration or fleeting bursts of energy. He built consistency into his life through daily practice. He knew that success was built on small actions done consistently over time, not on one-time efforts or bursts of motivation. So, how can you stay consistent? First, start by identifying the habits that will help you achieve your goals. Then, commit to showing up every day. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Just start and keep going even when it's tough. Remember, the only way to achieve greatness is through consistent effort, day after day. In closing, I want you to remember one thing. Success is not a matter of luck or talent. It's about consistency. It's about showing up, taking action, and never giving up, even when things get hard. By mastering consistency, you'll unlock your true potential and create the life you want. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. What's one action you're going to commit to today to stay consistent with your goals? Drop a comment below and let me know how you plan to make consistency a part of your daily routine.